We are in Kisumu for Kisumu YALI Youth Dialogue today. We are expecting youths from different part of Kisumu, different sub-counties to come as we prepare to dialogue. Our main aim of dialoguing today, we are going to focus on youth, but our topic will be peace and also countering violent extremism, because a lot is being done in the country. We have had different issues where young people are being involved in extremism. So today we are here just to meet youth so that we can dialogue, so that we know the challenges, why youths are being recruited to be extremists. So we are happy to be here, and we are expecting a lot of youths to come and attend and also dialogue. We have a panel of, we have a good panel who are coming, who are going to engage with the youths, more who have experience, who have worked on this field, who are going to give us facts, who are going to give us a brief information on what is happening in Kenya in terms of countering violent extremism, and also who have done research. So it's a good day, and we are expecting youths to attend.
This is our project for MWF Alumni Kenya. You already been told about Mandela Washington Fellowship alumni, but now after going through the fellowship, you become an alumni. And we have different projects and activities we are doing in different counties, I mean. This is one of them, the Youth Dialogue, that we started in Busia. Kisumu is the second Youth Dialogue. We'll be going to Eldoret, we'll be going to Mombasa, we'll be going to Nairobi, we'll be going to Nakuru, we'll be going to Kiambu with the Youth Dialogue. So this is the second one, and we are going to interact. After all the dialogues, we're going to come up with reports on what young people think about peace and the issue of countering violent extremism, because now, as you know, each county is developing a policy to counter violent extremism. And young people, we need to be part of this. We should not let it to the security people alone. We should not let it to professionals who are coming up with policy, but we should be involved.
The essence of having a youth dialogue is to engage between us. What are some of the things that ail us as young people? What are some of the challenges that we face? Those that we inherited and those that we have caused, and those that we think we can change.
The point of this conversation that we are having here today is not just to air out our problems, it's also to come up with solutions for our problems.
We are talking about, advocating for that individual or group of people who advocate for and support for, ideologies that support violence as a means to justify, societal, economical, or social objectives.
In Kenya, we've had quite a number of VE attacks, violent extremism. And recently they've been from homegrown youth. Initially we had young people who were not educated training all these extremist groups, but right now we have intellectuals from the universities. Individuals who come from backgrounds with good backgrounds that are not really humble. And so one of the key aspects would be for us to look at the factors that really drive the youth into extremism.
Bad things happen because good people say nothing about it. So one of the reasons why violent extremism is on the rise is because good people like me and you are keeping quiet, and by extension, we are supporting violent extremism.
We have to stand up as young people, give a different picture, take our space. Take our space. And how do we take this space? Using active non-violence. We have been empowered enough. We have the know-how. We are not like the earlier generation where education would sometimes be married to your age. Right now, unapata kijana mdogo ako na PhD, he has the capacity to lead, he has the networks, we have social media that is working for us. Let us take our space.
The experts have told us what they know about counter-violent extremism. They have explained it to us from different levels. We've heard it from people in academia, we've heard it from human rights activists, we've heard it from peace volunteers, and we've heard it from people whose daily job is to make sure that the problem of counter-violent extremism is being taken care of. So young people, are these things that are being said here true?
Despite the statistics and despite everything else, we also have a key issue that we need to address, the illiteracy levels.
As long as we are here, we want to change how violent extremism affect our people. There cannot be change until there is a change in mindset. Yeah? I mean, we have to change how we think. We have to change how youths view their leaders, not as a source of handouts. And leaders need to think how they view their youth, not as lazy. We are not lazy. We only lack where to be engaged.
Our leadership, first of all, has to realize that at this point, the youths, we have a table. I mean, we have a table because we are so much organized into small youth groups, into small CBOs, and into small organizations that we can air out our voice for them to hear.
We try so hard to make a better society, but we are not given the first seats. We can see that there are old men who are there during the reign of President Moi. Until now, they're still on seats, and youths are here. We are lacking jobs because we need connections to get there. Without connections, we are nowhere. Even to go and get our own ideas, we have to be disturbed for us to do that. So youths, we need a voice and we need connection. And why is that? Are we not Kenyans?
Our government has not been kind to young people. But I think it is also important to acknowledge that young people, we also haven't been kind to ourselves. We have allowed ourselves to be misled. We have allowed ourselves to find ourselves in places where we are used as conveyor belts. We have allowed ourselves to make excuses for some of our actions. We have allowed ourselves to attack the wrong person for grievances that we have. So we must be able to take some sort of responsibility for some of the actions that we have done. Whereas we are trying to deal with issues around poverty, we have assumed that the person nearest to you must be the one to be held accountable. We are responsible for these people that we cannot stand. Every single 5 years we put them there. In fact, somebody once said, they're a reflection of who we are. And if they're a reflection of who we are, we should be making noise. But if that's not who we are, then we have to change the way we are going to put the people in the right places.
Thinking that most of us are using the term given space. We need to be given space. We are not being given space. The government is not doing. The government is limiting us or discriminating us or excluding us. And I think as young people, that's where we begin to not go right, because we become resilient. I believe when God created us, each and every one of us, with an ability to give, not just take, but to give. I know we put our leaders to task when we make them accountable, because we put them in those positions of leadership, so we expect them to deliver to those. However, we have our first mandate to give.
So we have this issue of counter-violent extremism, and we have this tool we are calling social media, which is something that is so powerful that some countries feel they need to regulate it. But we as young people have this tool, and we have this problem, and we can use this tool to solve this problem that we have. So how do we use social media to advance the agenda of youth and peace?
When you look at the hashtags and the apps and everything else, they're very nice ways of helping you understand that the other person is watching you and is retweeting. But social media is an extension of our ability to communicate offline. We like, we respond to, we retweet posts from people we know, because they have already made a statement in our minds when we met them. There are people in this room, if they see me posting something, they'll be like, yeah, Simeon thought about this before posting, so I can just hit share and we're done. Now, you realize that when something has been shared one too many times, people stop sharing and start acting.
Social media is the only place where there's no gatekeeping. But we have got to be able to ask ourselves why we want to engage in building movements using social media.
Social media is a double-edged sword. We do have the freedoms, but we also need to be responsible.
So you need to check, recheck, and counter-check or even triple-check that whatever you're posting should not be used to expose you.
Whatever you post, we'll definitely get back to you someday.
What we tweet is exactly what we are.
I'm very happy. The youth turned up in good numbers as we expected. They even came more. We're expecting 100, but we have more than 100 youths who came. So I'm very happy. And it came, and also the gist that they didn't just come, but they were able to dialogue and interact and give information, give what they're doing, learn from what is happening. So it has been a very good day, and we expect to have this dialogue more. Already the youths have talked about things that we need to consider, and we are focusing as the youth. They will come up with what they can do further. Apart from what we did today, more discussion, more dialogue, so that we can have a very strong conversation as we go on and include more stakeholders so that we can achieve our goals.
I believe that this is a very great platform for young leaders to really come together, discuss on these issues, and the issues of inclusion is so much key. And MWF Kenya Alumni has already conducted such kind of dialogues in Busia, and right now they are in Kisumu. I know there are plans to roll it out both in Nairobi, in Mombasa, in Nyeri and the northeastern part.
We had human rights activists and human rights defenders to come and tell us how do we use the platforms that we have to fight for our rights as young people. We had young people who are volunteering for peace coming to tell us what is the role of a young person in keeping the peace in Kisumu County. We had people who have been victims of violent extremism talking to us, telling us what are the effects of violent extremism and what we can do to mitigate these effects. Now, this conversation has been very productive. The young people of Kisumu have spoken. We have said we are remarkable. We have said we are the change we seek, and we have pledged to be peacekeepers, and we have pledged to do everything that we can to counter violent extremism in Kisumu County.
I want to thank the YALI team for organizing such forums. They're very interesting and awesome. It's really great interacting with such people, and I'll encourage them to organize such more forums so that in the near future, youths can know their places and they can help us create spaces in the society.